This is some news that comes out of South Africa. This article is dated September 23rd, 2018. EFF set to take 10% from the ANC. So the EFF is actually a growing party, which is not shocking, with all of the publicity that they're getting when it comes down to the land expropriation that's going on. And we know at the forefront is Julius Malema. So being that they have been so powerful in this whole thing, and the ANC, a lot of people are looking at them as sort of leaning towards the right and not really leaning in the direction of the people. I can see why they would be taking from the ANC now. But I have a video to go right along with this. Let me go ahead and roll the video.
Talked about interrupting speakers with frivolous points of order. Yes. That is not a point of order, it's a point of debate. And Mr. Malema should not be interrupted by that sort of frivolity in the House.
Honourable Member, proceed.
No, we wanted to raise a point of order on the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Finance, who tried to build a case today against Moyane, and he failed dismally because he was working with a corrupt guy called Momo from National Treasury. They failed to make the case today.
Honourable members, please take your seat. Honourable Malema, proceed. Honourable members, order. Proceed, Honourable Member.
SIU is corrupt. You make proclamation, they go and investigate. If they don't find anything wrong, they ask money from people. And if you don't give them money, they withheld the report. They don't announce the report. And or they announce some clumsy thing which is not very clear, clearing individuals. Check into those investigating officers. In the SIU, the most corrupt institution, corruption has moved into the Hawks now. And they are not only corrupt, the Hawks, they are now participating in cash in transit haste. The army people as well are found into that. There is a general degeneration in South Africa under your leadership. The cash in transit is uncontrollable. Why? Because you are weak, you are not firm, and criminals don't like weak people. You must take a firm stand and say, the day you produce an AK-47 against the police and the security, you will meet your maker. Because as government, we will have ceased to recognize your rights the day you take AK-47 on innocent people. Because our people are dying, the security is dying, the police who are honorable are dying. They don't get a firm support from your leadership. SIU extend jobs even when they finish investigation. Why? The investigated department is the one that is paying. Remember, SIU is unemployed without your proclamation. So if you don't make proclamations, they extend so that they can keep busy. You need to look into that. Ellen, Honorable Mulekani, the most defender of corruption in the Intelligence Committee. You make people sign a nonsensical oath that they must not tell us what is happening in that committee of intelligence. There is too much corruption there. And we want to tell you and this parliament that will not abide by that oath of that intelligence committee. For as long as there is corruption, we are going to expose that money. They steal money and hide in the name of intelligence. Mulekani, not even Honorable Dipu, the deputy minister, is the one who's number one in defending the corruption which is happening in the intelligence. Crime intelligence, military intelligence, all sorts of, including the intelligence department itself. There is our fellow South African, the Indian fellow, I forgot his name in Natal, hired 50 members of his family, a well-known corrupt fellow who has been stealing money of the crime intelligence. You have never acted on that individual.
Deputy Speaker. Yes, Madam, you go right. Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Wait. Honorable Malema, please take your seat. Let's do this properly. Yes, what are you rising on, ma'am?
Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Silo Julius Malema knows very well that if he has got so much allegations about the Deputy Minister, he has to make a substantive motion towards those allegations.
Okay. Honorable Malema, you have made quite hectic allegations against the minister. And you know the rules about it, so you have to withdraw that statement you made about him.
Which allegations?
If you want to make it,
Deputy Speaker,
Honorable Member, I haven't given you a chance to speak.
but I'm calling a point of order. Don't
Which
shout at me.
allegations are you talking about?
Don't scream at me.
Yeah, but don't scream at me as well.
I'm speaking, Honorable Shivambo. You will take
I'm
your
calling
seat.
a point of
Which
order.
allegations
You
are you
will-
talking about?
You will take your seat,
Yeah,
Honorable.
but I'm calling a point of order on you.
Honorable Member, take your seat so
We're
that I
not going
finish
to
what I'm
steal the
saying.
money of our people here and tell us we can't raise issues here.
Honorable
If we
Mem-
can't raise issues in this parliament, where are we going to raise issues?
Honorable
Because
Male-
these people are continuing
Honorable-
to steal under your leadership.
Honorable
They are
Malema, Honorable Malema, there are rules in this house.
What rules? Rules of stealing.
No.
Rules of stealing.
Honorable
The
Malema,
rules of stealing.
Honorable Malema, if you don't want to abide by the rules of the house,
Which
you are in violation of the rules
Which
of the house.
allegation did I make? Against who?
Honorable Member, you've said let me read you the rule.
Read what I said, not the rule.
No, Honorable Member, you keep talking as I'm talking, and this is out of order. Take your seat, please, so that I address you. Honorable members, it is inappropriate according to Rule 85 for reflections upon members, the President and ministers and deputy ministers who are not members of the Assembly specifically. Honorable Member, I'm speaking. Put your hand down. Put your hands down, I'm speaking. No member may impute. Order, Honorable Member, stop screaming. You are responsible MPs. Can you keep quiet?
Point of order, sir.
Honorable,
We can't hear a word of
Honorable Shenge, can I? This is precisely what I'm trying to do. To get members to be quiet.
A word of what you're saying.
Yes, okay.
The screams here are completely drowning what you're saying to us.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable members, can we please respect the House? No member may impute improper motives to any other member or cast personal reflections upon a member's integrity or dignity or verbally abuse a member in any other member. A member who wishes to bring any improper, unethical conduct on the part of another member to the attention of the House may do so only by way of a separate substantive motion comprising a clearly formulated and properly substantiated charge that in the opinion of the Speaker prima facie warrants consideration by the House. Sub-rules 1 and 2 apply also to reflections upon the President, ministers and deputy ministers who are not members of the House, as Honorable Ellen Mulekani is. So you have to withdraw the remarks you made.
Deputy Speaker, can we call you to order, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Call me to order.
Deputy
What's your order?
Speaker, the honorable member who stood up and made a point of order on Honorable Malema is frivolous because she can't even recall what Honorable Malema said. You can even ask her to stand up. What is it that she wants our Commander-in-Chief to withdraw? She does not even know it. Nothing of sort in that rule book that we are reading has got any impact or related to what the honorable member says.
Sit down.
You didn't hear anything, you yourself. Is that one?
All right. Honorable.
Yeah, tell her to stand up and recite it.
Honorable.
She has forgotten. She does not even know.
Honorable Gadi.
I can tell you.
Honorable Gadi.
Call that one.
Honorable Gadi, I wish you to respect the House. The honorable member raised a point of order. I have responded to it because I heard what Honorable Malema said. And I'm reading the relevant part of the rules that applies to him.
What did I say, Deputy
Honorable
Speaker?
member, what you said about the Honorable Minister Mulekani.
Which is what?
What you said is inappropriate and breaks the
Which
rules.
is what?
And
What?
you must withdraw it if you do not wish to withdraw
On
it.
a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
You
I
will not.
said,
On a point of order,
let me
Deputy
tell you
Speaker.
what I
Let me be
said
clear.
about her.
On a point
Let
of
me be
order,
clear.
Deputy Speaker.
Let me
Honorable-
tell you what I said about her.
Honorable member, take your seat. Let me take your chief whip's point of order. What's your point of order, honorable member?
So in terms of the rules that you are having in your hand there now, the procedure is that if there is a violation of a rule in terms of a single sentence said by a member, any other member can raise and point specifically to say that this is the sentence that is inconsistent with the rules of the National Assembly. And then you as a presiding officer, you must then illustrate that this sentence that you have made is inconsistent with the rules of the National Assembly. And then you tell a person who is speaking to withdraw that particular statement. You can't then generally say that when we are exposing corruption in the Intelligence Joint Standing Committee, you must withdraw everything. How are we going to say it except through this particular parliament? What did the Commander-in-Chief say which is against the rules of the National Assembly? Point to that, and then we will then determine whether we withdraw or not, so that we can close on other issues, please.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member, for your rich opinion. I appreciate it.
Maybe we should help you to say we'll check the Hansard. We can continue the debate.
Honourable
check
members,
the Hansard, and then you'll make a ruling in the next sitting.
I've requested you to withdraw your
to
statement
help you.
that you made against the minister.
Which one?
Deputy Minister, which you expressly expressed. You will withdraw it. If you don't, Honourable Member, then you are refusing to obey the rules.
Deputy Speaker,
I've given you a chance, Honourable.
On a point of order. Deputy Speaker, on a point of order. The Secretary General of the EFF is 100% correct that if there's dispute in terms of what was said here in the House, you always have a recourse option. You can always say that we're going to get Hansard, which is an exact record of what gets said here. And then in the next sitting of the House, you can request a member to withdraw what they said in the previous sitting. It's permissible.
Yes.
Don't on a disputed utterances want to pass a ruling now. You can always refer it to the next sitting of the House, and then we'll challenge it ourselves in the Rules Committee before you even make a final ruling. We'll illustrate to you that the ruling that you're about to make now is inconsistent with the spirit of this House. It is consistent with the Constitution that allows us as Parliament to expose corruption and oversee the executive. So please don't rush into a ruling which is going to be unnecessary. I can feel now that you are going to try to chase the Commander-in-Chief out of a ruling which there's dispute of what was said or what was not said. Let's listen to Hansard, allow the Commander-in-Chief to conclude, and then we'll take the debate forward. Please.
Honourable Malema, Honourable Shivambo, what I said is that the Honourable Member raised a point of order. I want to remind you. And I also heard Honourable Malema say, I'll just keep your heels, and it is better if you do not say the things you are saying now, because it is out of order. You are interrupting the chair. Honourable Malema, your reference to Honourable Mulekan, that she's a defender of corruption, implies that she's corrupt. And therefore it is wrong, and you must immediately withdraw that. What you impute, honourable members, you can't contest the ruling in the House. You can't contest.
Deputy Speaker, I withdraw.
On the point
Thank you very much.
Deputy Speaker, I withdraw. Let's proceed.
Honourable member, take your seat.
Let's
please.
proceed.
Yes.
Because I must deal with these things before you chase me out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Now, the oath that our members are made to take, they actually are being asked to cover up corruption. They are leasing buildings, these people. They can't tell you how many square meters. They can't tell you where the building is. They just give you an amount. This is how much we are going to pay for a square meter. And when you try to investigate that, they say it's a classified information. How can a square meter be a classified information? So we need to expose these types of shenanigans which are going on in the intelligence communities. President, you promised a comprehensive package of services to women and children. The Minister of Women is going to speak here because we are not hearing anything about how you are going to empower women, particularly a girl child. Young girls are being killed in South Africa. Men have declared war against women. But the government does not have a clear strategy on how they are going to deal with that. Young women do not have sanitary towels. They want to be helped. And talking of this, Mr. President, it reminds me of a question I have for you. Where is the First Lady? Because you never go anywhere with the First Lady. You never engage in any program that seeks to give us a good image of a president with a family. Some of these sanitary towels programs should be taken up by our beautiful First Lady. We hope there is no crisis, Mr. President. Mr. President, your finance minister is not the type of a guy we all think he is. We wrote a letter to the finance minister asking him who proposed him as a deputy minister of finance and who made him minister of finance. And when he was deputy minister, who did he promise the businesses? And when he was in the position of minister, did he make those follow-ups on those businesses he promised those people who made him a minister from the PIC? I wrote him a letter. I want him to answer honorably because I've got the time, the minutes, and where the meetings have taken place. So he's not the type of guy we think he is. He's extremely dangerous, and when this information comes, you will all be shocked that he is corrupt as hell.
Honorable members, I would like to Honorable members, this is Parliament, and the rules of Parliament will be applied appropriately, and I'm going to refer this matter. Honorable Malema has made two pronouncements in the House, in the podium. The first one is his calling on people to occupy land. Honorable Malema swore to obey by the Constitution and by all other laws. When he says what he says there, I think raises very crucial questions. And secondly, the last
I want to repeat it, they must occupy land. You can do whatever you want to do, they must occupy land. There's nothing you can do, there's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yes. South Africa, occupy land. That's who we are.
Honorable members,
you want to do. You can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament.
Honorable. Yes, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, may I please rise respectfully on a point of order?
Yes.
The House is either it has rules or it doesn't have rules. It really does not serve any purpose for members to stand up in total violation of the basic rules of conducting a decent discussion in the House. The first rule says, when a presiding officer addresses you, you resume your seat and allow the presiding officer to address you until he finishes his point. We cannot just have members doing as they wish and at the same time be waiving the rule book.
Okay.
It makes a mockery of the rules of the House.
Thank you, honorable member. Honorable members, I think this is...
on a point of order, Deputy
honorable
Speaker.
member, I'm speaking. Please take your seat. I will point you out. Just take your seat. Honorable members, I'm pointing that out because I think it's a serious, contemptuous violation of the rules, but also contempt of the chair, and it has been expressed as such. And I think this matter must be taken up in the appropriate structures, and I do refer it to the Speaker directly because I think this is unacceptable and we will not accept it.
On a point of order.
Yes, what's your point of order, honorable member?
What rule are you quoting that forbids the Commander-in-Chief speaking about land occupation in South Africa? We have got absolute freedom of expression in this parliament, as is outlined in the Constitution and the rules of this House.
Honorable
what rule are you using to forbid any expression? Because that's a point of debate. If you disagree with the occupation of land, why don't you state it yourself from there?
Honorable
Because
member.
what you're saying is illegal.
Honorable
you are
member.
the one who's illegal. We're going to subject you to the appropriation, to the process of Rules Committee and charge you for misrepresenting the rules of this House. Why do you undermine the Constitution like that?
Honorable member, thank you very much. Honorable member, I've made a ruling and I would like to move us to the next speaker. Honorable the Minister in the Presidency, Planning and Monitoring.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable member, this
you
matter,
said you are going to point me, and I respected you.
Speak.
Yeah. You must always be reminded of your duties.
No.
You don't like peace in any
member,
way.
Honorable member.
Nobody has complained about the speech of the speaker on the podium. From nowhere, you just want to appease and make the white monopoly capital and white racists to be happy about the issue of your stance on land.
Honorable member.
Nobody has complained to you,
this is not, Honorable
Deputy
member.
Speaker.
This
What
is,
are you trying to achieve?
This is neither procedure.
That's your problem.
No,
you are even replying instead of making a ruling. You are just descending into the arena.
Take your seat, honorable member.
That's all you know.
No, honorable member, this matter is not on the agenda again. No. Honorable member,
Speaker.
no.
Deputy Speaker.
No, honorable member.
Deputy Speaker, on a point of order.
We have said, honorable
point
member,
of order, Deputy Speaker.
this matter has been addressed.
On a point of order.
I have made a ruling on this matter.
No, but I'm raising a point of order. You don't know what I'm going to say.
Honorable member, I've
You don't
raised...
know what I'm going to say. You can't say you have ruled on an issue that I'm still going to speak about now.
Honorable member,
Let's make a simple illustration to you. The rules of the National Assembly. You can only pass a ruling when another member has called the point of order on what is said there. You are not there to interfere and put sentences and commas on the statements of members of parliament. You have got no right like that. You have got no such permission. The Constitution doesn't allow you. So don't allow your subjectivity to undermine this process of land debate. If you want to express your views, go and express it wherever you're going to express it, but not interfere with speakers when they speak here. Land is going to be occupied, and we're not apologetic about it. We can say it here in Parliament, and we'll continue to say it.
Take your seat. We are not going to proceed on this line? No.
Chair.
The answer is no.
But you don't even know. You can't just say no to me.
No, the answer is no.
Those ANC ministers just stand up and
members,
say things. Your ANC ministers have been doing corrupt things here. They follow no rules, and you want to come and preach to us about rules. We are going to occupy land.
Honorable members, we have dealt with this matter. We have dealt with this matter, honorable members. I don't know what you are debating.
Chair.
We don't know what you are debating.
Chair.
Honorable members, all of you take your seats.
Chair.
Take your seat, honorable members.
Chair.
I want to speak to you. Take your seats.
I want to make a point.
No. Take your seats.
That land is going to be occupied by our people. It's going to be occupied.
Honorable member, you are being contemptuous
On a point of order.
of the rules
On a point of order.
of the chair and of what I have said on this matter. Yeah.
Point of order, sir.
Honorable Schengen.
Sir, I was just asking whether the rules don't give you power to actually deal with the situation. We really cannot have a Tower of Babel situation here and have you sir, not use your powers, which are enshrined in the rules. I don't think it's right for you not to use your powers, which you have.
On a point
Honorable
of order,
members.
Deputy Speaker.
Yes.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker. On a point of order, Deputy Speaker, my hand have been long up and you are ignoring me. You have seen me. My hand have been long up, Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, I have exhausted.
On a point of order, Deputy Speaker, I demand to speak here. I'm a member of Parliament. I demand to speak here. My hand have been long up and you have been ignoring me. We will occupy unoccupied land, and that is a fact.
Let me
whether
point out to you.
Cowardice to do it, EFF members must do it. The communities must do it. They must take it.
Honorable member,
my hand was up. You are ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me?
Honorable member,
I'm a member of Parliament just like you.
Honorable member, listen to the chair. No point of order may be raised in response to a considered ruling in terms of Sub-Rule 5. You continue to do that and you are violating the rules. I know, honorable member,
Point
You
of
can-
order, Sihlalo.
I have, no.
Sekela
Honorable
Sihlalo.
member, no, you are not going to be allowed.
No, mina
If you insist, honorable members, if you
Ngiyabonga.
insist on...
uzongikhomba kodwa.
No, it's not going to happen because it is clear you are all
Kanti
raising
wena
the same...
kuyangijabulisa nima ubona abantu bakini abamnyama benganawo umhlaba. Kuthini mawusuke airport babona abantu behleli kabuhlungu. Ukhombisa ukuthi nina nidayise ngezwe la ngabantu bakini. Ibhlungu lento eniyenzayo.
Honorable members,
And umhlaba sowuthatha ngenkani.
honorable members,
We're sick and tired. Nathi baphuca omkhulu bethu kabuhlungu bayofakwa ematsheni.
honorable member,
Ungadlali ngathi wena.
take your seat. Honorable members, we are proceeding now.
Deputy Speaker, can we raise a motion of no confidence on you? You get out of the chair, the Speaker goes back. You are degenerating the House. Every time you sit there, there must be something wrong with you. Can
Honorable
you please
members.
just get out here? Madam Speaker, you are proper. Ever since Zuma left, you are proper. This one must go.
I think, honorable members, you are
Go, man.
violating.
Go.
You must go. And I request you that you go, honorable members.
You must
All of
go.
you. All of you.
Go.
Honorable members, you are screaming, all of you, and I see you, and I suggest that you go. I request the Sergeant at Arms to escort members to leave the House.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I have requested the Sergeant at Arms. Where is she?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Emma, Honorable Shivambo, Honorable Matthias, Honorable Ntlangwini, Honorable Gadi, Honorable Mhlongo, Honorable Mashabela,
Yes.
Honorable Kaula.
Yes.
Please leave, honorable members, as requested. If you don't want to, we will request the protection services to assist the Sergeant at Arms to lead the members out of the House.
Without compensation. Without compensation. Without compensation.
Yes.
Without compensation. Without compensation.
You will leave the House gently on your own, members, because it is better that way, yeah.
Without compensation. 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 Without compensation.
You can stay on your seat and preside over the white of the DA because you want just to impress them. You are useless.
position.
Honorable members, we will switch off the mics. Please go. Please go. Thank you for your cooperation. Honorable the Minister in the Presidency for Planning, Monitoring and